Hey consumers, it's me Prasad Vitparak, your Indian consumer, back with another video. And today we are doing a dedicated video test for the Canon G7X Mark II, which is claimed to be one of the best cameras for vloggers. And yes, as many of you know that I too vlog on weekly basis, I was very much excited about this camera. So without any further ado, let's quickly get into the video test. So right now I'm recording using the camera itself. I'm in indoor lighting conditions. The lighting condition is good, yeah. Considering indoors, the room is fairly lit. And the audio you're listening to is recorded using the camera itself. So the complete audio that you will listen in this video will be recorded using the internal microphone itself. So if you take a look at this video frame, you can see that my face is nicely in focus. It will continuously be in focus even if I move back. The camera is continuously tracking my face, and I have kept the face detection autofocus on, and you can see a nice blur effect on the background as well. This bokeh effect is possible because of the 1-inch sensor and the amazing 1.8 aperture which this camera offers. I have mounted it on a Gorilla tripod stand by Joby. I'll just quickly show you how the tripod stand looks like. So yeah, a little one, a small one. That is how I like my vlog equipment: compact, stylish and sturdy. Like always, the link to the camera and the stand will be mentioned below in the description. So if you want to buy it, do check out those links. I'll just test the face detection autofocus by coming really close to the camera. So let's do it. And yes, my face is still in focus. And look at the background blur there. Seems really nice. And now it is out of focus as I touched it. Now it has again detected my face, and we are back in business. Vlogging, as we know, is much of an outdoor game. So let's step outside, shall we? But before stepping outdoors, I like to show you the exposure change in indoor lighting. You see that? Check that out. And the image stays really stable. Now let's go outside. So right now I'm recording outside in a bit diffused kind of lighting conditions. The sun is not directly incident on me. Let me just enter into the bright sunny area, and you can also understand the exposure adjustment while I'm doing so. And yes, of course, the audio is recorded using the internal microphone, and there you see the exposure was adjusted quickly. Right now you can see the incident light is too much. The bright sunlight is directly on my face. I'll go back into the diffused area, the shadow region, and there you see the exposure adjustment. Let me do it again for you. Yeah, there we go. So the camera does adjust the exposure pretty well. You can also lock the exposure. There is a touch button available on the screen right now, which you can tap to lock the exposure. Now I'll just move on to the streets, and you can understand how much ambient noise and all the surrounding noise is captured in this video. Generally this is what vloggers do, right? They just take out their cameras, go onto the streets and just speak with you guys, speak with the audience. And you can see there are a lot of vehicles around here. I'm directly on the street, and you might be able to hear a lot of traffic noise. Now you can see the area behind me is lit up, like it has more exposure there. So let me just turn around. Yeah, there you see. Let's check out the continuous autofocus. Right now it is detecting my face, and still it is detecting my face. So as you see, the focusing works really well. Let me just focus here on the background, and again I'll tap on my face. Works perfectly fine. Let's try and do a zoom test now. So from my house I'm going to zoom on the people playing there, and this camera has a 4.2x optical zoom. So this is 4.2x, and this is 17:17. So till now you saw me walking. Now I'll do a running test as well. All you Casey Neistat fans who like to jog and stuff and vlog when you're jogging, this test is for you guys. So the stability of the camera is good, relatively good, but you cannot expect much when you're jogging, like running. You cannot expect much that time, as you saw in the footage. Now let's do a wind test. I'll hop on the top there. So the condition is really windy over here. I'm on the extreme top of the terrace, and you might be noticing a little wind noise, but that is very natural. You can put a little air filter on the top which will block the wind noise. So yeah, you can do that. and now I'll be showing you a little bit of time lapse. So let's get into it. So yes, the camera does take nice time-lapse videos. Now let's compare it alongside the 80D. Let's do a short comparison. So I'm recording using the Canon 80D, which has the 135mm lens and the G7X Mark II. And the conditions are not favorable for vloggers. I call these conditions as the vlogger's nightmare. So I'll be switching in between the footages and you can see how the cameras are performing. The conditions are really windy, as I've already told you. The lights are low, the sun has already set. So the Canon 80D is really heavy, like my hand has already started to feel the pinch, and it is really easy to vlog with the G7X Mark II. Let me just walk around, pan around, so that you can understand how the stability is on both the cameras. So which one did you like? Take the poll and let me know. So right now we are in the artificial lighting condition and we'll be walking outside in the dark in a marketplace, so you can check how the audio is recorded and even the change in the exposure. So let's do it. So normally vloggers tend to vlog in crowded places where such things are very normal. The sounds and everything which is captured all around. So all these things are very common for vloggers, but the thing is, how clearly is my sound captured and how is the performance of this camera in low lighting conditions? That is what matters, and I feel the camera is doing a decent job. Right now you can see the continuous focus was on my face and it did not shift a bit. Let me try and shift the focus right now. So there you see, again on my face, you can simply touch the screen and adjust the focus wherever you want. The only thing you need to control is you need to avoid looking at the screen constantly. Like, because of the tilt screen, it tends to happen that your attention constantly will go at the screen. So that is the thing which you will have to manage with. Yeah. Let's do the street light test now. Let me just step outside into the yellow light. So this is how a Mumbai street looks like at night, 12 o'clock. After such difficulty, like right now I'm doing an extreme low light test and I don't think anyone will actually record in such low light conditions, but yeah, I'll do it for testing purpose. So you can observe quite a bit of noise on this part, and let me tell you, right now I don't have any incident light on my face. Like, the light sources are really far away from here. So I'll just step into the part which has a little bit of light. So I see a single tube light in front of me right now, and there you observe a drastic change in the image. So now my face is overexposed, kind of overexposed. The camera is trying to adjust slowly and gradually. Yeah, let me just get back into the dark, and again you see the exposure change. So yeah, definitely I can say the low light performance of this camera is really commendable. And now I'll be showing you just some random clips. So now the question is this the best vlogging camera out there in the market? And should you chip in that hefty price for a point and shoot camera? I'll keep it simple. Yes, you should. Because this is one of the best cameras which I have vlogged with. Yes, and I've vlogged with many cameras. Let me keep it simple and straight. There are some good things about the camera and there are some bad things about the camera. I'll talk about the bad things first. The awkwardly placed record button is something which I did not like. They have not provided a port for external microphone, which is again a downside. So these are the only two things which I haven't liked about this camera. Apart from this, there are multiple things which I've really liked about this camera, especially the durability and the build quality. The camera is constructed in a really nice way. The 3-inch flippable touchscreen I think is the best in this segment. Brilliant face detection, autofocus and face tracking is simply amazing. It is best for vloggers. The microphone present on the top records crisp audio despite of noisy environment. But yes, I'll definitely suggest you to add a wind filter for that extra crispness. The NFC feature which I demonstrated in my previous video is again a nice add-on. Apart from that, this is a personal thing. I like the appearance of this camera. The way it looks, the red and the blacks complement each other, which I personally like a lot. I believe there is only one camera out there in the market which competes with this camera right now, which is the RX100 by Sony, the Mark IV one, and I feel it is a bit pricey than this one, and considering this camera's performance, I think you should directly pick this guy. Well, I guess I've bored you enough for today. If you have liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have not liked it, don't be shy to dislike it. Like always, do remember to serve before you swipe, and if you don't need, you don't buy. Catch you in the next one. Bye.